Alright, today's video, a bit of a shorter one because I'm driving home from school right now for winter break. Great time, happy to be alive. But today's video, I want to talk about something that might hit a little bit close to home, and that's okay. Let yourself think about things, let yourself feel things, let yourself criticize yourself, even though you shouldn't do that all the time, but it's okay to do it once in a while. But what the hell are you so afraid of? What's holding you back? Because, there could be a million things that are doing that to you, but at the end of the day, does it really matter? What are you so afraid of? Ask yourself that right now. What scares you? And why does it scare you? For me, one of the things that scares me is vulnerability. And why does it scare me? Because, it's just one of those things. And, being scared of things is normal. But you can't let it hold you back forever. I know growing up, I was one of the most scaredy kids I've ever met in my life. I was scared of literally everything. I wouldn't even let my parents watch TV by themselves. Whenever I was trying to go to bed, I would sit at the top of the stairs, make sure they didn't go anywhere. So, there's a lot of things in my life that I've been scared of. And, not to say that I have it all figured out, but, it's gotten easier. And it started when I asked myself, what the hell am I so afraid of? And why am I so afraid of that? And on the surface, it might just be, I'm scared of this, but it's you really have to think about it because there's always a deeper explanation to everything. And, it's all about, reaching inside yourself and figuring that out. And then from there, you can start to grow and you can start to heal. And it's not easy. Nothing's easy. We talk about a lot of hard things on this channel. But in order to move forward with your life, in order to move forward in life, do what you want to do, in order to do any of that, this is something you're going to have to tackle. What the hell are you so afraid of? And it took me a while to figure that out. It took me a while to pinpoint what it was, why it happened, when it triggered, it took me a while. And I'm still not all the way I haven't all the way figured it out yet. And that's okay, There's nothing wrong with that. I mean, I don't know how old you are watching this video. You could be 12 years old. You could be 60 years old. It doesn't matter. It's never too late. And it's hard, though. It's very hard. Because not only is it hard to admit to something like that, because it's hard to straight out come out and be like, yeah, this is what I'm scared of. And it's even harder to look past that and be like, why the hell am I afraid of that? And it's a hard thing for many, many people. And it gets easier. And I know I say that about everything, but it's just the truth. You can't expect things to stay bad all the time or else they will. And, there's a thing called Murphy's Law. And that says what can go wrong will go wrong. And you can apply that to everything in life, in science, and reading, writing, math, whatever. But when applying it to your life, it kind of helps take out some of that fear if you live by Murphy's Law. Because it's just I'm afraid of this, but what's going to go wrong is going to go wrong no matter what I'm afraid of, no matter what I do. And so that's a little bit of a way that I've found some peace of mind thinking about things like that. It's just telling myself, hey, what the hell am I afraid of? Despite what I'm afraid of, what I think, what's going to happen is going to happen regardless. And with that being said, everything happens for a reason. And no matter how scared you are, no matter what you do to prevent it, things are still going to happen. Your life's not going to be perfect. You're not going to have every single thing you ever wanted, and that's okay. That's not realistic. And it's hard to be realistic sometimes because all you want is the ideal life that you want. And, I wish there was a way I could just tell you, hey, this is how you do it. That doesn't exist, unfortunately. And, who am I to tell you what to do with your life? Who am I to tell you anything, really? But odds are, if you're watching this video, you're needing something. Or maybe you just want to support. And if you do, thank you so much. But to the core of it, I can't tell you what to do, but I can only give you what I've learned throughout my life. And I've not learned as much as I nearly, as other people. But one thing I do know is that a great place to start is by looking inside of yourself and being like, what the hell am I so afraid of? And I'm going to keep saying that, and you're going to keep thinking about it as I'm saying it, because there's something. And if there's not something, good for you. You've got it nailed. Like 99% of us on the planet don't have it nailed. But odds are you probably are afraid of something. Whether it's materialistic, it's an object, it's a thing, it's a feeling. There are many things you can be scared of. But you can't avoid them forever. And the only way to get over something is to go through it. There's this little short by Disney. I don't know what it's called, but it's this dude named John Henry. And he's running against this train. He's trying to dig through the mountain before this train. He does it, but everybody else is scared of it. And he's just the thing that went through it, and he did it. So what's to say that you won't do it? What's to say that I won't do it? What's to say that your best friend won't do it? What's to say that your mom and dad won't? You know what I'm saying? It's a hard thing to do. It's a hard thing to upfront admit. It's very hard. Don't get me wrong, but why? Why are you so afraid of this? And as soon as you can, it takes a while. It won't be easy, especially if there's a lot of things you're afraid of. But if you can find that one core thing that triggers everything, and ask yourself why. And if you don't have a valid reason, there's nothing wrong with that. You can have any fear you want. I'm scared of spiders. I don't know why. They're just kind of gross. That's not a reason, though. But, my point being, despite what you're scared of, despite what you're doing, despite where you've been, despite where you go, there are always going to be things that you're scared of. And the only way to get past that is to just go through it. I'll use myself as an example. I was scared as hell to touch a damn stingray. And then I went to this aquarium and I fed a damn stingray. And, I wouldn't have gotten over that fear if it wasn't for me reaching my hand down there with the fish and feeding the stingray, And that's a terrible example, but it's things like that, Say you're scared of meeting new people, right? You think, oh, well, what if this, and this? Well, how are you going to know that? Say you're scared of, I don't know, say you're scared. Think of what you're scared of right now. And then think about what you would do in order to do that thing that you're scared of, What would it take? And maybe you don't know, but what would you think? What would you feel after? Would you be less scared of it? Would you be just as scared of it? Or would you be more scared of it? Very basic fear. Say you're scared of horses, right? Maybe that's not a basic fear. The only way to get over that fear is going to be go touch that fucking horse on the nose, right? The only way to get over the fear of talking to people is to go talk to people. The only way to get over the fear of, being vulnerable is to just do it. And you might get hurt. The horse might bite your hand. The people you talk to might think you're fucking weird. But at least you tried. There's nothing wrong with trying. And it might seem hard sometimes, but that's all you can do, man. Contradictory to what Master Yoda said, do or do not, there is no try. There is try. But sometimes you succeed and sometimes you fail. That's where that comes in. And, failure's not a bad thing. It just builds you as a person. But ask yourself what you're so afraid of. And ask yourself why. and then work towards doing that thing that you're afraid of. You know, even if it goes poorly, at least you can say you tried it, and then you have a good reason to be scared of it. But nothing stays bad forever. Deuces. I'm driving. DMs are always open. Yeah.